Greetings. Regarding diarrhea, the key point I wanted to make, I'll say right at the start, and that is that in many cases, you shouldn't try to stop diarrhea. People instinctively want to stop diarrhea. In the old days, they would even try to stop the diarrhea, or bind the stomach, as they say, using things like opium ash or even opium itself, which some families kept around. Forcing diarrhea to stop, and diphenoxylate tablets are actually made from those same opium compounds and do exactly that, isn't the right thing to do until the cause of the diarrhea is determined. Diarrhea is either acute or chronic. Most acute diarrhea cases resolve on their own gradually, and if no other symptoms are added, there's no need to worry. But if they have symptoms like cramping, tenesmus, blood in the stool, or mucus or phlegm in the stool, or a fever, they need to go get checked for infectious diarrhea, and they need to be treated. So, therefore, regarding diarrhea, my point is this. We try to replace fluids, meaning, as long as this person, whether a child or an adult, has diarrhea, we must give them enough ORS fluids. Oral rehydration solution, which is available everywhere in the world, and its names vary in different countries. But if you just say ORS, the pharmacist will know what to give you. I just wanted to mention this practical point. I don't want to explain the treatment or the steps anymore. All of that is on the internet. Whoever has the patience can go and read it themselves. I just wanted to say that diarrhea is actually, in many cases, like, the body's defense, meaning the body's defensive reaction. Suppose you've eaten some poisoned food. This poisoned food causes a state of poisoning. What do we call it? Vomiting, diarrhea, vomiting. Vomiting is so that whatever is in your stomach comes back up, and diarrhea is so that if it's already passed from the stomach into the intestines, that can get out faster too. Because if it stays, the toxins from that spoiled food will be absorbed into the body through the intestines, and the body wants to expel those toxins as soon as it can. So, especially if you suspect that the person has eaten, let's say, leftovers, didn't heat the food up properly, or it was hot out and the food was sitting out for half a day, and then they ate it without heating it up enough to kill the bacteria, don't stop their diarrhea, but to give them replacements. If oral replacement is enough, just do that. Give them plenty of fluids, water, weak tea, or maybe some dough, whatever works. And if that's not enough, then, you take them in for intravenous fluids, or, and for drip. So, anyway, I'll give you a quick summary of the different types of diarrhea to help you out with that. We categorize diarrhea, for example, as infectious or non-infectious, right? Infectious diarrhea is either viral, bacterial, amoebic, caused by other single-celled organisms, or parasites. Okay, these are the infectious types of diarrhea. If it's viral, it has a course of about 3 to 4, maybe 5 days. Usually, these common viruses that spike in the spring and summer, they resolve on their own. But as I said, you need to make sure to replenish fluids. In any case, regardless of the type of diarrhea, you need to replenish the fluids and electrolytes that the person is losing through the diarrhea, meaning sodium, chloride, and things like that, which are all in ORS. You can also find how to make ORS at home on the internet. Just search for it, and it's clearly written out for you. Now, non-infectious diarrhea could be a food allergy. It could be, non-bacterial food poisoning, or it could be non-viral, bacterial, or parasitic, and it could be inflammatory, where we have cases that look like diarrhea but aren't actually diarrhea. For example, irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, which is very common. This person feels an urgency to have a bowel movement frequently, but it might not necessarily be diarrhea. This feeling of urgency to have a bowel movement that they experience is due to the irritation occurring in their bowel, and on the other hand, we have inflammatory bowel disease like Crohn's disease, where the bowel wall itself is inflamed. These fall under chronic diarrhea, where a person goes to the doctor, for example, after a week or 10 days, and it hasn't gotten better, right? They definitely need to go see a doctor, and it will be determined through a stool test and other tests. This was a summary regarding diarrhea. Best of luck.